Haymarket People's Fund is an anti-racist and multicultural foundation that is committed to strengthening the movement for social justice in New England. For more than 40 years, they've been providing money to almost every major social justice movement in the region. Through grant making and fundraising, Haymarket People's Fund supports grassroots organizations that address the root causes of injustice. To offer our viewers more information on this organization, we've invited Karla Nicholson. She is the Executive Director of Haymarket People's Fund, and Jennifer Dowdell Rosario, Development Director for the organization. Welcome to Urban Update, ladies. Thanks for coming in. Karla, let me start with you. Just kind of give our viewers just kind of a brief history of the Haymarket People's Fund. You've done so much work.
Absolutely. This fall, we will have been around for 42 years, which is really significant in terms of our body of work. And as you mentioned, we fund grassroots community organizations all across New England, all 6 states, and we often give groups their very first grant. And unlike a lot of foundations, we stick with groups because we want to see change occur in the community. So we'll fund them year after year in terms of them really going deeper and making a significant difference. And what else is really interesting is that a lot of the basis for how the organization was founded and the way it operated, we still do that to this day, decades later.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing. Now, Jennifer, talk to me about some of the types of programs that you fund.
So as Karla mentioned, we support grassroots organizing, and we have 2 main programs that we fund. The Sustaining Grants Program, which allocates up to $10,000 for emerging organizations and movement building organizations that have been organizing for many years. And we also have an urgent grant response for unforeseen emergencies or actions that groups want to take in response to something that's going on in the community.
Any examples of the types of programs that come to mind that you're particularly proud of?
Well, we don't like to name groups because we don't want to give one group preference over another.
Okay.
But the action that took place where over 3,000 youths were organizing against the Boston public school system, together with the teachers and the parents, those are some of the actions that we support. The Dreamers that are working towards immigration reform are groups that we also support, and the workers that are in Vermont that have been working in inhumane conditions that are fighting against the owners of the businesses. Those are also groups that we support.
Okay, Karla, talk to me about the geographical area that you work. You have a certain area that you work in?
Absolutely. We've always supported all 6 New England states.
Okay.
So Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, Maine. We cover that whole span, that area.
And both might want to jump in on this one. What sets Haymarket apart from other foundations, you think?
So one of the things that sets Haymarket apart from other foundations is that we're an anti-racist organization, foundation, and 20 years ago, we went through a transformational process where we looked at policies, we looked at pay raises, we looked at the way that we functioned, and we turned it inside out. So we wanted to make sure that our work was equitable. So both white employees were making the same amount as the people of color that worked in our organization. Another very interesting thing that Haymarket does is that our grant making process is very unique, where we make sure that all the groups go through the interview process together. Not that they are competing against each other, but we want to make sure that they learned about each other's work, and sometimes they end up collaborating together.
Okay. Now, how can people get involved or support the work? What can they do to help out?
Absolutely. We're always encouraging more and more people to get involved with the work that we're doing. Our volunteer base is expansive and necessary because we cover 6 states and we're a very small staff. So what we look at is time, talent, and treasure. One of our members, coined that phrase years ago. And so we want people who can volunteer and spend the time to be who are a part of the community to help make grant decisions. Folks who are in management of the organization, even in governance, will never make a funding decision. It'll always be someone who's a part of the community. There are committees, there are just a bevy of ways that people can be involved with the work on a regular basis, whether it's for a short period of time or whether it's for an expansive period. And also, because we raise the pool of money that we distribute every year, everyone has an opportunity to be a part of a people's fund.
Okay, and let's see, can folks, can you get your mailings, materials at all?
Yes, they can reach us at www.haymarket.org, or they can call us at 617-522-7676, so they can get information.
And briefly, I guess, what about some of the upcoming events and gatherings that the Haymarket People's Fund is putting on?
So we have a very exciting upcoming event coming up on Saturday, August 6th. We're having a Maine lobster feed in our backyard at Haymarket, and we're having it in collaboration with some organizations that we work with. So we invite everybody to come. It's a fundraiser. It's $49. You get to have lobster from Maine. You can have twin lobsters. You can have clams. We have an array of different items that you can enjoy.
Okay, it sounds like it's going to be a great time and for
Yes.
a worthy cause as well.
Thank you.
Jennifer Dowdell, Rosario, and Karla Nicholson, thank you for coming in. Congratulations on 40-plus years
Yes.
with the Haymarket program here.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that's it for this edition of Urban Update. For all of us here at Urban Update, I'm Byron Barnett. Have a great Sunday, everyone.